I thought they did a better job than we did sticking with their game plan. I thought for them to being down, but they were at halftime, to come back and make the adjustments offensively and defensively. Mostly defensively, I thought that their energy second half created some turnovers. I thought we made some poor decisions. They got the momentum. We never seemed to ever be able to get it back in. First half, I thought that we played with a lot more energy, kind of knowing that we had some rotation guys, some healthy guys that we could utilize. But I also think that from a coaching staff standpoint, I gotta get a better handle on how to rotate and utilize guys who have not played at all. So it's a little bit of a challenge for us as well as our players now as we try to integrate guys who have not played at all back into our system. I thought that I was very impressed with Chandler Jackson. I thought he managed the game real well. I thought that Dante hadn't played since in January of his high school year. So just getting on the court for him was progress within itself. Obviously, Naheem was a little off there a little bit because he hadn't totally 100% recovered from his injury, but I thought he gave a pretty good effort. Cam Fletcher, he was challenged a little bit by upset stomach, but you got to give credit to Florida for just going out and doing what they had to do the second half, put themselves in a position to win. It's not easy to go on the road, be down 17 and a half, come back and try to figure out a way to win. So you have to give them the credit for their focus, their consistency throughout the game. And my hat goes off to them. Any questions?
Coach Golden talked about your team beating the scout, he said, in the first half, and then kind of pivoting to, you mentioned the defensive pressure. What was it about that? I mean, it just seemed like it was giving you all a whole bunch of problems.
Well, we there's a certain demeanor you got to have when you're facing pressure. And there are some fundamentals that we just haven't mastered yet. That's to call it like it, to be honest with you. I thought that we've always been able to fight pressure. And tonight I thought we gave into it. They started two little point guards, and I thought that our guys didn't handle that very well. Just the deflections, the steals, I think they might have poked the ball from us about 4 times. And I think they might have scored on all 4. Getting easy baskets on turnovers that I think that we could have handled a little better. But that's their aggressiveness and our inability to handle the pressure.
Did you feel like, do you think it was Florida coming in the building or getting some guys back that brought that energy in the first half?
I thought it was as much, I thought probably a little bit of both. We had tremendous respect for Florida's program. We knew we were going to get their best shot. And we kind of had the upper hand on them for the last couple of years, and rivalries don't like that. So we just got to adjust how are we going to perform with now the new addition of some guys we got back healthy. And as coaches, we're going to have a little more confidence in those guys and not put our guys in situations where they got to play as many minutes as our guys had to play in relation to how we like to play. Some people can do that. That's not how our program is built. We need to we like for people to play 3, 4 minutes, 4 and a half, sometimes 5, and take a blow and someone else come in and give them the same level of effort. And we have not been able to do that, so we got to get in the rhythm back now. But we hopefully, for too long, can be back in sync playing the way we want to play.
Over the years, we've heard you talk a lot about how important it is to ball movement, pass, get a number of passes and touches. What do you think is contributing right now to the long stretches of sort of that lot of dribbling and one-on-one?
Well, in the past, we've always had some veterans, some 3rd and 4th year players who've been around, kind of set the table. Now what we're doing, we're playing with guys we're still trying to teach them. And our system is a little different than what they've become accustomed to. And we have not mastered that yet. We're not in sync. We normally make 230 passes a game. I'd be surprised if we made 75 in the second half. And it's not as much the dribbler is as much as somebody being a good receiver. You know, we got guys we're not moving enough to make ourselves available for catches to reverse the ball. A lot of guys come from programs where they run a lot of sets, and so they don't require them to move as much. That's part of what we thought we had solved. We worked on it all summer, and I think we'll get there. I think we'll have a learning session tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but on Sunday. We're taking a mandatory day off tomorrow because we have 4 games the following week in 8 days. So we gotta keep teaching, keep holding them accountable, and see whether or not we can stop this skid. It's a long time since we've had to deal with this many losses in a row, especially at home. And so we gotta take some pride in how we address that and turn it around.
Castleton kid had 19, that was 25 points in the second half. What was he doing in the second half that had him playing a little bit better?
I mean, it's hard to keep a great player from doing anything, but I think we made it easy for him by giving them so many shot baskets after turnovers. You know, they really, if we didn't give up those turnover baskets, and he go ahead and get his points like he normally does, you know, we probably would have been in a different situation. But you can't make those ill-advised turnovers, ill-advised passes, and then defensively, you know, great players normally play great, and we just second half we didn't have anybody on our team step up like we did the first half.
With Chandler and Deontay now, is it more them learning, or is it seeing how they handle this physically?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, Chandler hasn't practiced hardly in 8 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks. And he probably he was able to get some contact within the last 3 or 4 days. So I was extremely impressed with him. I mean, he's been doing some dribbling on the side, but no non-contact type stuff. He's been able to get in some drills, but he hasn't been able to get in any contact. And it's hard to come out there and be totally sharp when you haven't practiced but maybe 3 or 4 days contact in the last 8 weeks. So, but I was pleased with what I saw. Dante, obviously we just want to get his feet wet, but he hadn't played since last January. And I'm surprised and pleased that he's able to be 100% recovered at this particular point. I literally thought we'd be redshirting him for the whole year, but he's done such a good job recovering and working out and lifting weights and training. So and he was completely healed. He wanted to play, and his parents wanted him to play. And we needed another big body. Now we just got to make sure we get him in sync with everyone else.